Hello everyone, my name is Rurikhan and I'm here with TGN.TV. So I was actually asked to go ahead and have a look at our TGN Idol channel and maybe give a few tips to some of the users that have been posting videos on the TGN Idol channel. So starting right up, I'm going to be basically what I've done is I've selected a specific 30 seconds of each of these users' videos, and I know that 30 seconds is really unfair, but the purpose of this show is just to be quick tips that anyone can benefit from. I'm not, I don't think it's really fair that I would go ahead and just make like a 2-hour long show looking at a particular person's video and telling them every single thing that they can do to improve. We would expect people to just basically look at this show and get a basic general idea on mistakes that they themselves might have made on their own videos. So I try to look for different types of mistakes that I can help you with, and basically I'll try to look at those and try to improve the community as a whole, basically. So this is the whole point of this particular show. So starting right up, I'm going to give you 30 seconds of a video by Wind Fury, which is called World of Warcraft PvP 2v2 Arena. So, up next.
Hey guys, it's PvP Totems here, and I'm coming at you with a brand new video for World of Warcraft Cataclysm. So what I did here was a priest.
Okay, so the first thing I noticed about your video is that your intro song is really loud and your following commentary is extremely low. Now what happens with this is that there's well, let's just say it's not really all that good to have an extremely loud intro sound and then an extremely low commentary voice. That's just the first thing. Second thing, your audio quality was not all that great because you were whispering into the microphone and I could hear a lot of the background noise. Now I'm not exactly sure if this is because the microphone had poor quality because you were just whispering at the microphone. Now I realize that you probably don't have a room where you can just record and comment on videos, but basically all this really detracts the overall quality of your commentary, which is why I'm telling you this. This is one of the major issues I had with the video, was the audio quality and the fact that your intro is really high and the following commentary is really low. Now I watched through the whole commentary and I also noticed that you tend to stop to think a lot. So basically you are sometimes speaking about whatever you're doing and then you stop for a little while, you think about what you're going to say next, and then you keep on the commentary. So that's also bad. That's called a flow disruption. At least that's what I personally call it, which basically means that every single video commentary that anyone makes has to have a certain flow, as in it has to flow seamlessly, otherwise the viewer can basically feel that you're like stopping, thinking, and it breaks what I call the flow. And in order not to break the flow of the video, what you want to do is always try to keep saying something. Even if it's not exactly what you wanted to say something. Like let's say you were thinking about saying something about breaking a priest's shield or something, but you couldn't think of it at the time, so you stopped to think about it. And instead of saying something about the breaking of the priest's shield, you can just say, "You friggin' priest, I'm gonna friggin' kill you, just you wait," and then you go back to saying whatever you wanted to say. So basically you say something in between to keep the flow going. And that's my advice. Also, another thing I noticed is that you're not using a standard resolution in your video, which basically makes these black bars appear on the side. So what you want to try and do is run a, like for instance, whenever you're trying to record, try recording at either 1280 by 720, which is also known by 720p. I'm talking about the resolution. And if you do not want to go 720p, try going full 180, which is basically 1920 by 1080 of your resolution. And then you can maybe choose to scale it down to 720p or something, but basically use one of those two resolutions whenever you're recording. This will help your video look a lot better. And next up we have the Orgrimmar auction house trick with Creighton. Up next.
Hello, this is Creighton with TGN.TV. and I'm showing you a little Orgrimmar auction house trick on how to get behind the auctioneers. You need to be a warrior with heroic leap for this trick. To start with, I'll go to the auction house and show you that you can't get in any other way, that I know of anyway. Jump from the front, jump from the side, another jump from the side, and I think I use heroic.
Okay, so your video, for starters, I want to make a little commentary on the gamma correction. You changed something on the brightness of your video, or the gamma correction of your video, because our TGN.TV logo was not, I mean the background of the logo was not black, it was gray. So whenever you're doing these small adjustments, bear in mind something, which is that you've made this video for TGN.TV. So one of the things you want to try to avoid and mess up is the logo of the company that you're making the video for. So if you want to do color correction, do it to your own footage. Try not to do it to the TGN.TV logo. So that's the first thing. Second thing, your microphone is bad, picking up all kinds of noises from the background. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is your accent. Now I noticed that you have this really strong accent, either Scottish or Irish. I'm not all that particularly good in identifying accents, but there's ways that you can work around your accent. Like for instance, I'm not sure if you've ever seen the actor that plays Dr. House in the Dr. House series. I'm not sure if you've ever seen him out of character, because that guy has the strongest British accent, you know, but once he's in character, he sounds just like an American. So basically by watching movie actors, you can improve on your own accent, thus making yourself more understandable. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Your microphone quality was pretty bad, so maybe you have to buy a new microphone or work around your microphone to get better quality out of it. Your accent was a little bit too strong, and it can get a little bit distracting when you get into maybe more chaotic videos. And don't gamma correct, don't mess with the brightness settings of a pre-roll for the company you're making videos for. So just a little tip there, hope that helps you improve. And next up we're going to be having a video by SC Rain, I suppose that's a short for StarCraft Rain, of Kiwikaki versus Stork, up next.
Gateway, but you know, going to be a little bit later than Stork's gateway. I'm getting his Vespene Geyser, so that's pretty cool also. Sorry about that. Not really anything happening in the beginning of the game as usual, because like there's not really anything that happens other than maybe 6 pool or maybe some type of rush, but yeah, other than that.
Okay, so the first thing I notice is that by the tone of your voice, you sound like you're a little bit bored. Now, I know that's probably not the case, it's just that we tend to sound bored while we're doing commentary, because we're really focused on the commentary and making sure that we pick up every single thing that we're trying to grab of the action. And basically what I want to tell you is don't worry so much about that particular aspect. Like for instance, just picture it like this. Instead of focusing yourself on being the best possible commentator you can be, what you need to focus yourself on is having fun. So the thing is, you sound, throughout the whole commentary, you sound a little bit too robotic, and I don't mean robotic as in you have microphone problems. No, that's not what I mean. I mean robotic as in like a machine. You're talking like very calculist. You're speaking, basically, I don't know exactly how to express these words in English, but you're being very cold, let's put it like that. It's like you don't want to let any emotion go through towards your viewers, and that's not really what your audience is going to connect to. I mean, audiences like it when their directors express emotions. So what you want to try and do is picture yourself watching one of these commentaries and imagine what you would like to see. Now, it may be the case that you would like to see just cold and calculated tactics discussion, but I personally don't find that all that much entertaining. And as a matter of fact, there are a couple of commentators, StarCraft commentators I watch on a regular basis, and I have to say that they put a lot of passion while they're doing commentaries. They make funny comments, and that's a little something that you could use, a little funny comment here and there. Another thing I noticed is that you like coughed or gagged or something, and you apologized for it. Now, I personally don't really do this level of editing, but just in case you want to do it, you can actually just chop that right off during the editing process, and people won't even notice. Like, for instance, check out this clip.
Getting his Vespene Geyser, so that's pretty cool also. Not really anything happening in the beginning of the game.
See that? It's basically the section where you actually gagged, and as you can see, there's a little bump because I chopped off a really big part of a video. But the thing is, while people are watching, this little bump will almost look like a little lag went through the screen, and it doesn't really matter as much. But I'm not saying that you have to edit that kind of stuff out. It's just that if you want to, you can. So I'm just leaving you a tip of something that you can do. But mostly, on a general level, your video is actually pretty good, apart from the fact that it's not very fun. It's very cold and calculated, and I think you need to maybe try and work out a couple of jokes or whatever. And I also noticed that during the start of the game, you're just saying, oh, during the start of the game nothing happens. And I know because I've commented on a couple of StarCraft videos myself, and I know that during the start of the videos nothing happens, and it's really hard to do commentary. But you have to, because I don't do StarCraft commentary on a regular basis. I do it every now and then, so I really don't get all that much worked up about it. But I noticed that you're probably trying to get into just StarCraft commenting. So what I probably would advise you to do is like discuss maybe some strategies of something that you saw, something interesting about StarCraft while the game is starting up. I mean, keep checking on the bases, and when something important happens, you will make sure to report about it. But when nothing important is happening, don't say that nothing important is happening. Discuss something else about StarCraft. Discuss that, oh, I just saw this game the other day, you guys should have seen it. It was completely crazy. I mean, this guy Kiwikaki was just like completely going ballistic on his enemy. Something like that. Discuss something like that instead of saying that there's nothing happening. So these are just my tips for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of TGN Idle Advice, and I will see you guys on the next one.